And now we have Facebook Live coming at us too. Welcome to the Halfway Hustle 2016. It's day one. Yay! I'm so glad you guys are with me and joining me because it really proves that you are ready to make the last 6 months of this year even better than the first 6 months. So what I really wanted to do is just kind of like reflect on where we've come so far in 2016. I think oftentimes we're forgetting about our goals and what we wanted to make happen, and it's really easy. Okay, it's the end of June right now. We have 4 days left until we hit the halfway mark of this year, until we hit July 1st. So I wanted to give you 4 days of amazing content to help you really make your goals happen over the next 6 months, because it's really easy right now to coast and to sit back and relax. And I know that it is for me too. I want to go to the pool and have margaritas every day and just hang out and relax and read magazines. But I know that I won't be able to reach my goals. Not only that, I won't be accomplishing my mission, my purpose, serving other people if I go do that every day. Now, there's nothing wrong with margaritas in a pool. Actually, that's one of the things I need to improve over the next 6 months, and we'll kind of get into that, is more downtime, pool time, right? So that's kind of what we're doing today. We are making sure we don't coast. July 4th is coming up, so we're just making sure that before July 1st hits, that we are completely focused. We have a plan in place. We know what our goals are going to be. We know what we're going to do every month until the end of the year. So that way, January 1st, 2017 comes and we can make new goals. We're not still working on these goals that we had set for 2016, but we can do some bigger and even more exciting things once that day comes. So that's really my push for you. You guys know I love planning. I love organizing all this goal stuff. Every year at the new year mark, I always do some sort of event with you guys. If you've been in this community for a long time, you know this. Some sort of event that helps you put your goals together for the new year. So I thought this would be perfect timing to come give you a little check-in, see how you're doing. I know we have a lot of women here from our Love Your Work and Life Ladies Facebook group. I was so excited. I put this, so this has not been planned for very long, and that's when my best ideas come, when I just think of something and I throw it out there and see who else is interested. And we had 45 women in our Facebook group say they're in for the Halfway Hustle. So, and I know there's plenty more that just didn't say in, but that was just last night. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to see what kind of happens out of these next 4 days. And then, of course, what happens over the next 6 months. So you have to keep me posted. I want to know. But let's kind of get started. John is here. He is behind the computer. He's taking your questions as they come in. And so he's going to let me know if we have any questions, and then I'll just be answering them throughout the whole time here. I'm really going to go over the questions that we need to cover for day one, but be on the lookout, because every day this week through Thursday, through the end of the month, I'm going to be coming to you in some way, in some live fashion, to help give you that day's tasks for the Halfway Hustle. So today it's on Facebook Live. I'll let you know what tomorrow is. When I figure it out, I think I might know what it is. But we're having fun here. We love doing this stuff with you guys. So let's get started. On day one, do we have any admin stuff that we need to cover first, John? No, we're all good. Awesome. Everyone's here. If you do have other women that you want to share this with, to kind of do the Halfway Hustle with, we highly recommend accountability and support in our group. So make sure you share it with a friend. Do the Halfway Hustle with a friend. It's always easier and more fun. Then on Thursday when you're done, you can go celebrate, and then that will be fun too. So let's get started. We're going to go over the 5 questions that you need to answer on day one of the Halfway Hustle. And day one's theme is really about looking back. So looking at the last 6 months. What did work, what didn't work, just kind of evaluating. This is really, really important to do. Often we get so busy that we forget to evaluate. I know I just sat down right before we came here, and I sat down and I did day one's work myself. So I'm doing this with you guys. It's not by yourself, but I went through these questions that I'm going to give you, and it was eye-opening. I mean, I might change some things up. I know one for sure. for the next 6 months that I might not have remembered if I didn't actually sit down. It did not take me that long. Like literally maybe 10 minutes right before this, I sat down and I knocked out these questions. So do them with me as we go. I would highly recommend. You're probably going to be busy later. So just do them right here, right now. At least write down some notes. And then if you do get busy later, at least you have the notes that you took as we went today. So the first question for day 1 is, what did you accomplish? So what did you accomplish in the first 6 months of 2016 that you're proud of? So that's key. What are you proud of? Because if you're proud of it, that means you probably want to do more of it. And we all want to be proud of the work that we did. Like we're serving people, we're helping people. I know that's, for me, that's what I'm the most proud of when I look back at the last 6 months. So what did you accomplish? What are you the most proud of? I know I wrote down that I'm doing a lot more stuff in my work that I'm really enjoying. So I made some big decisions at the beginning of the year, and I'm proud of that. So I'm doing like trainings like this. I love teaching, so I'm doing more of what I love. So that's awesome. We also stopped we were on like a road trip, and we were running our business from the road for 6 months, and we finally got back to San Diego in April. So I'm proud of that, coming back to San Diego and actually having a home, and not, living with friends and family as we were over the last 6 months. So that's my big accomplishment, getting in more of a routine. So I would love to hear yours. Please comment. John's going to share, your questions, your comments, like what's your proudest moment of 2016 so far? I would love to hear. Okay, so then the second question is, what worked well? So this could be, this doesn't even have to be your career. Obviously, I focus a lot of my content on career, but I know as much as everyone else that your work and life, that's why I have the Love Your Work and Life ladies group, it's all combined. So if you have like a workout routine that went well, or, some sort of meal prep procedure that went well, or anything in your personal life that, maybe you found a great support network, anything like that. Or it could be, maybe you found a job that you love. Maybe you, are working on your time management and you're better at working on your calendar or your schedule, or whatever it may be, like what worked well, so we can make sure we keep doing that in the next 6 months when we put your plan together. I know for me, I joined a mastermind group back in January. We call it the Mama Boss Mastermind. And that worked well that's been working really well for me. So we meet every other week for an hour and share like our goals, what's working, what's not working, and then like any kind of, help that we need or questions that we have. So that's one for me, I know has helped me a lot over the last 6 months. So think about that stuff for you. I know for me too, working from home has worked for me too, that I really enjoyed now that we've been back in San Diego, that I can, work from home. And so that's worked well for me. Not everyone can work from home. Many other people need, a team or like a lot of people around. But for me, working from home, I can get a lot of stuff done. If you give me 3 hours by myself at home, I do great. So think about that. What worked well for you? I hope you guys are jotting this down as we go. Okay. And then number 3 is, what did not work well? Okay, so what did not work well, we don't want to do that anymore. So just really important to really think about it. Like what did you hate doing in your work over the last 6 months? Maybe there's some change that needs to happen at your job, in your business. Like what are the things you don't like doing in your business? All those things are really important to think about. Like what did not work? What do you hate doing? What did you, postpone doing? Because in the next 6 months, maybe we can start delegating some of those things. Or maybe we just need to say no to some of those things too. I know for me, we had some staff that didn't work out for me. And so that is something that I had to say no to, that just really kind of didn't work for me very well over the last 6 months. But also, I, I wrote down winter because we were in Iowa for January through March. So that's like the first thing I thought of like, what did not work so well? Winter, because we live in San Diego. So that was our fun experience for winter in January through March in Iowa. And we were sick literally for like 2 months straight because that's just what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm from Minnesota, so I thought I'd be able to handle it and stuff too. But that just did not work so well. And then number 4 is thinking a lot about your time management, because it's really important as we go through the halfway hustle. We're going to have to really find some time to focus on your plan and focus on the goals and the stuff that you want to make happen over the next 6 months. So you need to know where you are right now. You need to know what's not working with your time management. So we need to know what time and energy sucks. So what is sucking your time and energy are you currently facing? Okay. So this is really important to realize, because just little 15 minutes here and there can really all add up. You can make your goals happen in 15 minutes if you just do a little bit all the way up throughout the day. So maybe there's some, too much time on Facebook, or maybe you're watching too many TV shows, or maybe you're watching the news too much, or maybe you're not waking up early enough. Little stuff here and there. What is sucking that time? Where could you find that little 15 minutes here and there? And then energy. We need energy to make our goals happen. I need energy so that I can get up here and teach you guys. I have to be taking care of myself. So for me, I think, really finding that time. I know I've realized over the last week, my husband and I have both gotten up at 5 a.m., and that has made all the difference. We can knock out so much stuff in those first 2 hours before our daughter wakes up. So that's something to think about, is like when, what's not working. For us, we knew before we made that change last week, we knew it wasn't working to be stressed and trying to do a bunch of things at once in the morning and not getting enough done in the morning. And then we started our work day at 8 and we were just already very behind. So that was what was not working, and that caused us to make some big changes in our morning schedule and to go to bed earlier too, because that's always important if you're getting up at 5 a.m. Okay, and so the last question then that we're going to cover today is, where could you improve? Okay, so there's always room for improvement. This is kind of what we just did when I talked about changing our calendar, changing our alarm in the morning. I know this one, I just wrote down, where could I improve? We've been talking, we need to do more pool time. We need to do more family time, more quality time. We've been working a lot. We're a husband and wife team. So we need a little bit more downtime. That's something in the next 6 months that I want to add. Where could I improve more of the quality time and the family time for me? But think about, for you, where could you improve? That's really, really important. And all this is just really important to really commit and make the decision that you want to still reach your goals in 2016. So we have 6 months left. Do you know how much time that is? I usually say you can do anything in 90 days. So you have like 2 90-day increments that you can go back to back and make so much happen. So whatever you want to do, whatever your dream is, if you follow Classy Career Girl at all, I'm a big believer that anything is possible and you can really make your dreams happen. It's all about baby steps. It's all about imperfect action. But the most important thing is really making that commitment that you are going to do this, and making that decision that this is something that you really, really want in your life. It's not easy. It's really, really not easy. I know I haven't shared this too much, but over the last month, I made a decision that I was going to pick up the pace at Classy Career Girl. I made a decision that I was going to put a video out every single day. I was going to restart my podcast. I was going to try Facebook Live. Who knew I would love it? And now I'm on it like twice a week. But all this stuff, I made the decision. I was going to create more Instagram images for you guys, and I was going to be more visible in my brand and online and in social media. And I made that decision, and here's the part I want to share with you. I made that decision that I was going to do this. I was going to start doing all the stuff I said I was going to do, because now I'm in a routine. We have a home office. I can do a lot more of this stuff right now. And we had this nanny, and everything was going great. I was finding the time. I felt like I could finally devote the time that I wanted to do these videos, to help you guys, to provide more value to you all. And so I was like really pumped. I was really excited. I was going to start doing all the things I said I was going to do for the past 6 months. And planned it all out in my calendar. I had all my content calendar all planned of all the stuff, all the work I was going to do in June. And the day after I made that commitment to myself to start doing and taking action more, my nanny quit. She quit by text message with no notice. And it was like one of those like moments where you're like, oh, I just had like everything was like perfect, I thought. I had all this planned out. I had finally gotten my time management, my calendar in place, and the laundry was done, and the kitchen was clean, and like everything seemed like it was gonna work, right? And I was gonna be able to devote this time and provide more value to you. So all that to say, I had a little crazy weekend where I was like freaking out, stressed, didn't know what I was gonna do. But I ended up, not giving up, not saying, like, I'm still going to do the podcast weekly, I'm still going to do daily videos, I'm still going to launch CCG TV, I'm still going to try these Facebook Live events somehow, and juggle it all and figure it out. And I did it. Like, I am very proud that over this last month, even though that happened and we had to juggle and find new childcare, and it was very crazy, but I still pushed through and made it happen. I found the time. We ended up waking up earlier. I put in, more hours when my daughter went to sleep, but I made it happen. And so I hope that, motivates you a little bit. Like, I know it's hard, it's not easy, and I think that's what I realized more than anything over this last month is a lot of times, a lot of like coaches and mentors I was listening to, said things, things are easy. They should be easy. There's flow and stuff. And like, for me, I just really had to get this fierceness, I just had to like be very fierce. I think that's the best word for it. It's almost like back when I was like playing tennis. I remember in high school and college, I played on the tennis team. And when I was playing a game, like I had to be like, I'm like usually like pretty chill and nice and like, but like I had to like change my mindset to like go hard and like hit hard and serve hard. And that was like a change I had to make in my mind. And so it's the kind of the same thing this month too. Like I had to flip the switch of like, okay, I'm going hard, I'm going strong, I'm putting in time, I'm gonna do this no matter what. So I hope that helps motivate you. Just wanted to make sure you knew I know this isn't easy, and I'm right there with you. I'm doing the Halfway Hustle with you. I have some big goals and dreams for this year and the rest of this year too. So just a few more things of where we're going then in the Halfway Hustle, just so you know what's still coming up. Great word today. We covered a lot about this last 6 months, what's worked, what's not. So tomorrow we're going to talk a lot about where you want to go over the next 6 months. So kind of envision where you want to be. You can start thinking about that a little bit today, because tomorrow we're gonna talk about where we envision where we want to be over the next 6 months. And then Wednesday, on day 3, we're going to create the plan and the strategy to help you get to where you envision over the next 6 months. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about support and accountability and kind of put the plan in place, because nothing can really be done alone, right? Like, I know more than anything that when I wanted to make my business happen and my dream career happen, and still today, I need help from other women. Like I said, I'm in that mastermind group. I work with my husband. We're constantly asking each other for help and constantly asking our mastermind group for help too. So Thursday will be all about like how we can put that plan, that support plan, how you can get help into place as well. So those are the next 4 days. Oh, and the other thing too is to think about, what have you been saying you're going to do? So that was the key for me, is when I realized I had a podcast break for 2 years. I was on podcast number 39 2 years ago. I had a baby. She just turned 2 a couple days ago. And so that was kind of like my, I'll get back to podcasting. I'll get back to that. And so finally that was like the thing. I was like, okay, I need to stop saying I'm going to do that, because we kept getting emails from women who said that they loved the podcast. Even though it was like, there's 39 episodes, they're still great, but it hasn't been updated. There's no more episodes than that. So I knew I had to bring that back, and that was like the one thing I had been saying, oh, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. So finally, I think we have 4 new podcast episodes that have gone up since 2 years ago. So that's exciting. That's huge for us this month of our hustle. So also I wanted to tell you too, we do have a workbook that it goes along with the Halfway Hustle. So I just made this workbook for you guys yesterday, and it is for members of Love Your Career Formula or Corporate Rescue Plan. So if you are interested in that, John is going to leave a link where you can get the workbook. We actually have a $1 trial of our membership sites going on right now, so that's really exciting. So we have 2 different membership sites. One of them is for job searchers or women who aren't sure what their calling is, what career they want to go into. And so you can learn more about that at loveyourcareerformula.com/try it. So that's where you can try it for $1. And the $1 trial is only through June 30th, through our last day of the Halfway Hustle Challenge too. So, and then we have our membership site called Corporate Rescue Plan, and that is for soon-to-be new or current entrepreneurs. And if you want to try that, you can go to corporaterescueplan.com/try it. And that way you guys can get this workbook too, to kind of stay organized. It has everything that we've been talking about today, and it'll have all of the day's questions. You can map out your goals and kind of refocus on the rest of the 6 months as well. So John, do we have any last minute comments or questions or anything that we should cover before we sign off for the day?
Lots of great feedback as far
Awesome.
as like persevering, like be ruthless.
Yes.
And you gotta stay motivated, and this
Yes.
is the lull, like the summer lull,
Yes.
people are saying.
Yes, it is.
And so just lots of great feedback, like good, good job, and I want to join, and all that fun stuff. So
Awesome.
Good
Awesome.
feedback. No
Very
questions
Okay.
so far.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
just
We'll
go.
leave if you have any other comments or questions, or if you're watching this recording later. I'll be in the comments for the rest of the day. For the rest of these 4 days, I'm here for you guys. I want to help you plan out your goals and make your dream careers and your dream businesses happen over the next 6 months. You have 2 90-day increments. You guys can do this. So just stay focused, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back for our day 2, where we will map out what we want the next 6 months to look like. So bye guys, have a good day.